Welcome everybody to CryptoEMC. Today, another episode. Today we're going to be looking at best altcoins for 2022. We've got Ubisoft today making out an announcement, or yesterday, saying that they're partnering with XTZ. We're going to be diving into that and looking at the possibilities of what that really means for us. So with me is my buddy, my trading partner, Fibonacci Lee. How are you doing, my friend?
I want to cry. I missed my short again by a few $100. I'm getting rusty here. I don't know what's happening. You know, and I share on our Discord group. I'm gonna short guys the next 5-minute bearish divergence. It never can. Next time I will short it and I'll share it with you. Guys, you are front running me. That's not cool.
Lee, okay, so you're going to be helping us with a little bit of Bitcoin and as well as putting everything in context that's happening in the market. And then lastly, guys, we're going to be diving into, what are we going to be diving into? Our top picks as well. So guys, don't miss out on that. So please sit back, relax, you're in good hands, and enjoy the stream. Okay. Lee?
Yeah. By the way, it was a joke. I don't blame anyone by front running us on any trade. It's just I'm getting old, I'm getting rusty, and getting, I don't know, missing my short by $100. I must be less greedy and then just, forget about my pixel perfect entry. Forget my pixel perfect entry. I must just buy enter the zone.
Lee, we've looked at this. We say to you guys many times, one of the rules we're going to work about the guides and best practices of becoming a trader is to do what? Not to trade to a price point, but to trade to a zone. So Lee suffers from that extremely. But okay, we love him for that because it's his need to get that makes him so good. So okay, but
no, I just want the better entries than you. You know, there's this kind of competition running between us.
I know. I don't care. I just want the trade, though. So. But okay, guys. So Bitcoin is retracing at the moment. Currently, Bitcoin is coming down. Do you have a trade there, a chart open there? Let's quickly have a look at that.
Yesterday we look at Bitcoin and we look at this bearish divergence, and I say, you know what, probably you're gonna get down. We went up a little bit here. We never tagged this at tier 2, and I've got another extension here. We never went to 5,200. This is where the area where I wanted to short, and we went to 51,993. So there is my my few dollars missing here. So Lee, but we're gonna come back later and then see what we can do now.
Well, guys, please in the comment section tell us where you're from. We're looking at these charts and we're looking at the times when we look at the charts, and we want to see where you guys are tuning in from as well. So send in where you're from. Let's learn and get to know our subscribers. At the end of the day, you guys are the reason why we are doing this. So I'm seeing there we've got people from Sweden. I don't know if that's a name or abbreviation. Slovenia, welcome. And we've got an Aussie. Nice guys, Aussies. Italy. And so it's all across, but it's a lot of European, and then obviously Aussie people. Late night for you guys at this stage. And okay, great. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for sending in that, guys. So, okay, now let's get busy. Before we can really look at the stream today and we can really share our altcoins, I want to make sure that you understand two terminologies or two things about what is crypto. So, the first thing is layer 2 versus layer 1. We've heard this. We've used these terms a lot. But what is layer 2 and what is layer 1? So the easiest way that I could think of to try and explain something is, if you think about the internet as being the layer 1, or let's take it a step further. You're in Gmail and you want to send an email to Lee. I want to send Lee an attachment. That's layer 1 communication. I'm sending through the internet an email to Lee. But now, as I'm pressing the send button, all of a sudden, an error message pops up and tells me that the file I'm sending is too big for the receiving inbox. Now, what do I do? If Lee's inbox can't take my file, do I blame it on Lee? Or do we have a software on either side of this email where I can then compress the software? And then with that compression, I'll be able to send that file to Lee, and on his end, he'll be able to unzip it. So layer 2 creates a scenario where we can have multiple networks running on the side, being the software, and on that sense, also building dApps and stuff, being the physical, the way that they hold this. So you get these ZK rollups or these rollups where they actually put a lot of these files, sends it through, and on the other end, then somebody else can be using it. So it speeds up the network. Now, Ethereum has a problem with this. Ethereum can only handle a certain amount of transactions. And because the way of Ethereum is currently working as an auction, it says, well, I can do, how many transactions per second there, Lee? Ethereum can do 15 per second, 10 to 15 per second. So now I'm saying to Lee, take my transaction. And there's 100 of us saying, take our transaction. But now Ethereum's got a problem. You can tender, take my transaction, but I'll up the gas fee. So although this will cost $1 for you to do the transaction, I'm willing to pay $3. Lee can only take 15 per second. And there's 30 of us in the room, and each of us starts outbidding each other. So in the end of the day, when the expiration date comes, which is the transactions that Lee's going to take? The ones that's got this insane tip on it. Think of everybody on the network
most
as
expensive
waiters.
one. Most expensive one.
And that's the problem. So greed is there. So there's always people outbidding each other in that sense as well. That's why when the market dumps, transaction fees become a little bit more realistic after the dump, because the demand, the amount of people falling over their feet saying, I'll be willing to pay a little bit more, please take mine on the next block. Because I can ask not to hustle the queue and blink at the waiter and say, hey, take mine, by just standing in line. But it means that if this is a bar, I might not get a drink served in the next 20 minutes. So you need to think of it that way. And that's the big problem. So now, what have they done? They found and they've built the second avenues on the side where people can facilitate this, speed this up so that everybody gets a drink or everybody gets their stuff. So that's the thing about layer 2 that I want you guys to walk away from. And then obviously, how does Ethereum do it? It does it through the EVM, the Ethereum virtual machine, which becomes almost like a processor that runs all these dApps. And a lot of these networks plug in onto Ethereum now and form part of this virtual machine. So you'll hear the EVM when you talk about other projects a lot pop up, and how they interact, use that language that's built within that to build their scaling solutions. Okay, so with that being said, a little bit of a top tip. I hope everybody has got an idea of what this is. Please send me a 999 in the chat, or a 777. Make it a 777 if what I said made sense. Lee, you're welcome to comment as well if it made sense.
Absolutely, it makes absolutely sense to me.
Cool.
But I can't comment here. Can I? No, I can't.
We're gonna get you a comment button. But I see there's a lot of sevens. So great, thanks guys. Thanks for the sevens, and keep them coming. At least I know then we can move forward. Now let's talk fun stuff. I'm gonna bring this up. Ghost Recon. This is a cool game, Lee. You said when it comes to gaming, we should talk to your kids. Have they played this, or have you allowed them to play this?
I don't. By the look at the pictures, I don't think so.
Okay, I've played it. It's a cool game. And now the big news for today on the internet is
they're still small.
Ubisoft.
They're like, no.
Yeah, they are still young. Well, Sean should have wanted to play this by now.
14 years? Is it PG 14, 13, 14?
No, I think the age restriction is way higher than that. But I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
so
game. You know, kids try and push
no,
it
no, no,
on.
no. We are pretty strict on that. Movies and gaming.
Strict fatherly.
Yeah.
You see. Discipline. Well done, Lee. The discipline trader. So basically, what Ubisoft has is it's a marketplace, and they basically develop these AAA, well, known as AAA games. So you'll have all these different chapters in the gaming space. So I'm trying to get to. You've got the Ghost Recon chapters. You've got, let's see what we have. The Assassin's Creed. I mean, these are stuff that's been developed and coming with now for years. I mean, I've played the first Assassin's Creed, and I don't know, they're probably on the 8th one by now. And it's still good because they really know how to reinvent it. They've even made movies on some of these things. So it's an amazing and exciting thing, because what's going to happen is whatever they're going to do with Ghost Recon is probably going to trickle through to all these other games as well. And this might just then open the door for additional, and we're probably already thinking about it, to start thinking about that. And the coin that they've used to do this, to start bringing in the crypto and the NFT to their gaming, is the Tezos network. So before we go into Tezos and the pros and the cons of Tezos, I think let's discuss what would be good things that the gaming industry would want to use crypto for. What would you say, Lee?
I guess, they want a fast blockchain.
Well, besides now the technicalities, I think they would love to have in-game currency, because what do we do in gaming in most games? We game for tokens, not something that's linked to a real value, a tokenized value of an in-game currency. And then we want to spend it by upgrading our characters or buying bigger guns and better armor and so forth. So the idea is that if we can monetize that in a way that becomes a real world currency, it's going to incentivize people to game more. And it's going to be incentivized, it's going to actually help people that loves playing the game to go and sell those items they've unlocked. For people that just want to, the biggest cheat code in today's games is your credit card.
Yeah,
that's the way.
Correct.
In the old days, you used to put back, up, down stuff on the keyboard, and then you'll phone your buddy up. It's not working. Go check that, because you got the code from somewhere. But now people are cheating with their credit card, which is better for the developers and the gaming industry in its entirety. So that's one thing. And then obviously, what does blockchain do? It kind of secures data. It's an easy way where we can cheat. So if I've got this and somebody's trying and steal this thing from me, I can show that I have real ownership of that. So there's a lot of things that really can benefit this. And then on the gaming side, where you were talking about the blockchain and whether it needs to be a fast blockchain. So something else that needs to happen is games these days are online. It's very seldom that you get to buy a big AAA game and it doesn't have an online functionality with it. And with that comes the security and everything that you need. And with that, for the developers itself, there's a big hosting expense. So if we can decentralize that, it should make life easier and cheaper for games as well. Because a lot of what we're paying for in the game is encapsulated in the physical hosting and the running of these games as well. So that's some food for thought there. So, okay. Before Lee's eyes gloss over fundamentals, let's talk technicals, my friend. Bring up your XTZ chart and let's quickly have a look at it. And give us a good zoom there, my friend. Okay, so the first question that everybody's going to ask when we talk about XTZ, is it a buy right now?
Well, I believe that before even we get this news, I shared this Tezos chart with the community, and I was like, this zone here will be a good re-entry zone to get Tezos. Okay, it went with the sell-off, we went a little bit below, but I mean that was the zone that I would like to get Tezos. I got it at 4.448, and currently I'm pretty happy with this big green candle.
I'm going to
Yes.
interrupt you again. Share, unshare, and reshare your screen. People are saying they can't see your chart, and let's quickly see. It's now the second time that this is happening.
Can you log a
Just
complaint with?
Yeah. Okay. Let's not get too administrative, but yes, we'll see what we can do on that. It's funny that it's happening. I'm adding your screen again to stream, and guys, please let me know if the chart is visible. I'll troll the comments. Okay, Lee. Let's start again. We'll rewind just ever so slightly, and let's start again.
Yeah. So I mean, 2 weeks ago. No. A few days ago, maybe last week, probably, we have already shared this Tezos chart even before the news came out. So we were looking at this downward momentum, and we identified this re-entry zone as for me, and I wanted to get in at 448. So I believe that if you have watched that show and you wanted to get some Tezos, that was, in my opinion, a good time to enter this market. With that big green candle, even though we haven't made a higher high yet, I'm pretty happy with that bullish momentum. We just cut this bearish trend. So now what I would like to see on the other side of that trend is this continuation of that move and give us some kind of structure, making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and then maybe you can move upwards from here. So the idea is maybe leave this little bit of imbalance here, not to come back and fill those imbalance right now. But I mean, 444.8 should be a really safe entry now for Tezos to make a higher highs, and then the reload zone that we're gonna identify because of that sell-off. I think we're gonna put a little bit lower, and that will be the first take profit place at 692. Okay, for that position here.
That's for a trade. Let's
That's
just
for a trade,
reiterate.
yes.
That's for a trade.
Well, it's kind of a long trade because a long-term
entry
trade
is
because
as well.
that's daily chart already, you know.
Yeah,
I mean,
so it's a good entry for an investment as well.
Yeah, for the guys who has not get into this trade yet, I would rather wait now. I wouldn't buy at $5 something. I would rather wait and see what's going on the other side of this trend line. Like I said, you want to see now these higher highs and higher lows coming, and then you can always get into this trade when you have confirmation. We get a pretty low price, but if you're not in this trade, I will wait a little bit and see in the coming weeks or days what we're gonna do. Okay, the first bullish signals you want a higher high.
Yeah, we don't have a higher high. We've got bearish divergence in the moment, and that's what's playing out in the market. Remember, we said yesterday, don't get excited. There's bearish divergence in the market, and that's kind of the pivot now. Even though there's good news, the fact of the matter is large investors are going to acquire, and they're going to want to do it down there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So,
but now, fundamentally, I mean, I think we all like Tezos as a blockchain.
Well,
so tell me, is it good? Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Tezos as a blockchain.
It is a big news, partnering with Ubisoft. I mean, wow.
Yeah, so it's big news. Tezos has been around. I think the white paper was 2014, 2013. Tibor backstage, just throw me a thumbs up if I'm correct. 2013, 2014. And so it's somewhere around that level when it launched. So it's been around for ages. And that's something that you guys need to take in mind. Large gaming corporations, they're not going to want to look at something that's new, up and coming and hype, but not unproven, that has not stood the test of time. So we might be looking at XTZ and say, yeah, but it's old, it's not there. But it's giving a certain comfort in a sense. Same way that you think about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is still the big daddy. It's not as hype and as attractive as the other ones, but that's where large institutions are entering. So think of it that way. So it's good and it's wise that they went that direction. Then the pros and cons about Tezos, and I don't know why my screen is showing. It's not supposed to be showing. The pros and cons of Tezos, and I think the big thing that puts Tezos aside from everything else is it's a self-amending network. Now, normally what you need to do is Ethereum gets developed and it needs to change in a direction, And what do they need to do? They need to do a soft fork or a hard fork. Hard fork creates a complete new token. Think of Bitcoin Cash. Think of Ethereum Classic. I think Ethereum Classic is actually the original Ethereum, if I'm not mistaken. The fork kind of flipped the other way. Lee might be wrong. But there's a lot of these.
I don't know.
There's a lot of these folks in the comments, guys. Just correct me on my which one is first, Ethereum or Ethereum Classic, in the sense of the forking. And that's the thing. So when we look at this, if I'm going to want to build a game currency, that game is going to be around forever, or maybe have an expiry date, but it's going to be long down the line. So if there's going to be forking in the future, it's going to go into the future and we're going to change it. They're going to have to backdate and back program their gaming, because that network might not be the network where it's on. So the fact that it's flexible and it's self-amending without you needing to fork or create a whole new different line to change for what is required is a great positive for the gaming. Then another thing that makes Tezos very unique is it's liquid staking. So normally what happens, Lee, I say stake my Polkadot. For how long is everybody's dot locked up now?
A few months, years,
2 years,
probably.
And that's bad. That's tough, especially if you're new to it. And they've got liquid staking, which means at any stage you can just get out. So you can stake, and if you don't want to stake your XTZ and you want to get out, you can sell and you can stake. You can sell and get out. You don't have to be locked for a fixed period of time. And the last thing that I'm liking about XTZ, and they've been giving a lot of updates as it goes. And the previous one I think was done in September, but the one in August basically, or a little bit before, had unlocked the doors for smart contract programming with their new script. Or with their script. So they've got a completely different script to that of Ethereum or any other ones where people can write smart contracts. So there's still a lot of growth that's going to happen within the Tezos smart contract space. So think about that. If you're new gaming and there's an emerging smart contract technology, you're going to be able to set the parameters and help guide the blockchain to supporting the way that you want to be doing this. So it's a good move for them. And then obviously there's the obvious ones, it's energy efficient and all those things. But I mean, these are the things that really will bring Tezos out and highlight it for me as one.
You know why I like Tezos? Because they are spending a lot on marketing, like crypto.com, and Crow has, I don't know, outperformed most of the altcoin out there already.
Because of their marketing.
Because of the marketing, we can see them every single weekend when, Formula One cars and racing tracks. And Tezos is doing exactly the same thing. They are spending a lot of money here on the marketing, and it's going to go viral at one stage. Here's the accumulation phase. And once everyone is going to get big with some news, I can see Tezos in 2022, going really parabolic at one stage. Because they're spending a lot of money here right now in marketing. And also for those kind of reasons, I don't see any bear market hitting us anytime soon. 2022 is going to be a really good year because of all those big companies are spending. I mean, if they're expecting a bear market, why would they spend so much money into marketing, right?
Okay.
So
marketing, long and short, guys, traders, we want to buy when people don't want it. And when everybody's screaming, saying we need this, that's normally when we sell. So it's good. When there's a good marketing, the run is going to be quite good. But okay, we said as well, Lee, let's quickly get serious. What did we say? We said we're going to be looking at Ubisoft and XTZ. And then we got to have our early supporter role. We want another guy to join the early supporter role there. So Lee, seeing as you don't like fundamentals so much, I think you get to choose the early supporter today. Well, you can't see the comments. That's the hard. So
I can see the comments. I cannot comment, but I can see the comments.
Okay, so you need to give me a name. Scroll through them quickly. Give me a name. Don't scroll up too much, and let's choose somebody that gets to join the early supporter role.
I'm not going to be very fair this time. I don't know if, but I think he's already an early supporter. Or let me know if I'm wrong. But I saw some French flags early on, so I would like to pick the French flags, bleu, blanc, rouge.
Okay, but where am I going to get that guy now, my friend? You're making it very hard.
Please comment it again so Rudo can pick you up.
Yeah, please, Mr. French flag. Please help me. And remember, I don't speak French. So let's quickly see. I'm waiting for the comment to come through. Okay. So Lee will let me know when that comment pops up again, and we'll pick them. And you're going to be joining the early supporter role. And there's obviously in the long term going to be a lot of benefits for you guys to do that. The Discord is there. Please go to the Discord, and also go onto our Twitter handles. CryptoEMC is the YouTube Twitter, and go get all the links. Or just go to our account. I am known as the chart artist. Do you have him? I'm known as the chart artist.
No, everyone is putting French flags on it. Je pense, donc je suis.
You've made it hard. Okay, there we go.
No, Joe speaks French.
Joe picked him up. Amazing. Okay, guys. Okay, so that's that. Let's get moving. We spent a lot of time on this. Now, Lee, there's additional coins we need to talk about. We need to talk about Solana. Solana has been really doing amazing stuff. It's been flowing. So why is Solana such a big deal? Well, let's think. Bitcoin can handle about 4.6 transactions per second. Ethereum 15, and Solana does a whopping 50,000 per second. It's a layer one, so it basically it's built to do that. They've looked at what Ethereum, the perils and the struggles that Ethereum has, and they've built something from the ground up to basically mitigate that. Now, there's pros, there's cons. We like Solana. You have a Solana chart there for us?
Yep.
We like Solana, but there's pros and there's cons. Solana is not as decentralized as you would imagine, but Solana's got a really good way of working around that, because that's how they get the speed up, by not being as decentralized. But they've got that's a Satoshi Nakamoto, or that Nakamoto scale of decentralization. The way that you're going to have to hack their network is by having more than 80% of the validated nodes for a long period of time to actually sustain a hack. Where normally we know theoretically, if you were to hack Bitcoin, you need to have 51%, and the same for Ethereum. So that makes it unique. So Solana long term will be doing really well, because it's worked up from the ground to solve that. It's fast. It's not lightning fast. It's not fast enough for gaming, but it's really fast at this stage, and it's the best we've got regarding speed. So Lee, zoom out, give us some guidance on how to invest if we not in it.
Well, unfortunately,
what to do if we are in it.
You are in it. I've shared already a few times, all those take profit plays, 331 and so on. And my big selling place will be 390. If you are not in it, I will also consider it as a trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe we've seen the bottom here, or if we can go back, I think at 163, that should be the lowest we should go.
Can you zoom in for us and just show us nicely?
Well, if you let me zoom out first. Zoom out as a long-term investment. I mean, this is not a place to invest right now on Solana. Definitely not. I mean, now. We always want to invest at the golden ratio, golden zone, and this is far from this golden zone. So long term, it's not investment. Short term trade, if they want to come during this month of December and sweeps those lows, 162 could be a good entry, or even 138. Okay, So sadly, Solana is not an investment coin that I will spend my investment money here as we speak. Even Solana is really, really sexy. And I mean, all the arguments you say, Rudo, is valid. It should be, performing very well in 2022. So if you are on it, well done, congratulations. I mean, it's a really good asset, but remember to take profits as well. I mean, it's not this kind of move. It's not gonna last forever. Okay, at one stage, the market will correct, and every single coin is gonna come into this reload zone. So I'm waiting Solana as an investment to come to the reload zone. But as a trader, you can always trade those small moves.
So So that's the nice thing about Solana. And so we all know, guys, just to finish up, Bitcoin at one stage is a really good investment, and at another stage, it's only a trade. So just keep that in mind. And if you get that sweet spot entry, let's say the divergence takes us down that Bitcoin's experiencing, and Solana manages to make that low there, that is a really good grab buy for the long-term holder. Okay, Lee, next coin, because we are over time already. We're trying to get these streams to 25 minutes, but we seem to fail every day. So we're going to try and speed it up. So I do apologize for that. Lee, next one. What do we have? Matic.
Matic, Polygon. I think there's some news coming up this weekend or tomorrow. I'm not sure about the dates. Matic, exactly. I mean, this zone, guys, that was the all-time low to the high, and then we had this entry or reload zone, or this year range that we call it. And now this re-entry zone was here. I don't think we'd get, that week went deep enough for this 147. Another miss on my side. We just meet the top of this box. I don't think people got in if we were following the channel. Well, I never got in on that one, and then I just let it go. But we are hitting some kind of, take profit. Excellent place to take profit. And those take profit places will be 274, 322, and 378. So guys, if you are in Matic, you think about taking a little bit of the profit here, because it will retrace. Like I said, it will always retrace.
Now, Matic layer 2, guys, it's working parallel with Ethereum. So think about this. If Ethereum manages to solve itself, to sort itself out, let's say in an ideal world, Ethereum really, really rallies in the sense of gas fees become low, the transactions per block goes up, and so forth. Matic is one of those that for the next year or so might be doing really well, but long term might become obsolete, because remember, they are building on Ethereum at the moment to try and help Ethereum remedy its problems. So just keep that in mind for your long-term bags. I don't think we need to go into more on Matic. Let's move over to the next one that we want to have a look at, Lee.
AVAX, Avalanche?
Avalanche, yes, buddy. Show me and tell me what must I do if I want Avalanche and if I've got Avalanche.
Avalanche, my next trade will be 75. I think with those sell-off, we did not touch 75 as yet. Maybe it can still come back. Hopefully it can still come back to this 75 zone. And then, that's I'm patiently waiting for that. The momentum is still bearish on Matic. If you draw this trend line here, for me, the momentum is still bearish. We are still under that trend line. And if you really want to go, same for the other coin. If you really want to go inside Matic, I will, AVAX, sorry. I will wait until this consolidation phase goes over. And then when it goes over this trend line, you want to see kind of structure with higher highs and higher lows. And after that, you can take a position with a stop loss at at one of the lows. But you want to see something maybe like this. If it is consolidating within this area, maybe we're gonna still get the 75. Sell off, sweep the lows at 75, and then we're gonna go higher, and we do something like this. Who knows? But for now, there's no rush on AVAX. There's no rush to take AVAX position here. Wait for this break of this trend line and make a decision later. So it's for 2022. We still have time. For the whole month of December, we have a lot of time to take our positions.
Yes, and like I said, we'll dive into AVA on a later stage, but long term, we're really looking at this as something that's going to really be performing well. Then, Lee, let's just have another sad look at Cardano. Remember, guys, Cardano transactions are currently at 250 per second, which is slow comparing to Solana or what Matic brings to the Ethereum network, and any other layer 2 solutions for that matter. But remember, Cardano's claim to fame is the fact that what they do and the way that they've built, the more adoption, the faster it gets. So just remember that. So Cardano most probably is going to be a sleeping giant. So just keep that in mind. And for the long term, for the 10-year investor, Cardano will most probably be the horse that I would be putting my money on, due to the fact that the risk of being obsolete is low. And to your advantage at this stage, Cardano does not have a lot of marketing behind it. They don't really look as attractive as the other ones.
You know what?
Although
I feel
they are
like
slow. Yeah.
I feel like Cardano is like EMC. Huh? It's not
Yeah, it
sexy, but it's got good fundamentals, and we're gonna be here for the next 10 years. So between all those blockchain for gaming or whatever, I mean, who knows? Like I said, I don't think that any of them is fast enough to play a game. It all depends which one, what games they're gonna develop and what they want. I think Tezos is just for NFT minting and things like that. Tezos can work. Solana it's fast. Is it fast enough to run a game, like a proper game, action game and everything? I don't think so. So who knows? In 2023 maybe or 2024, we will have another blockchain much faster for gaming. So at the end of the day, I think Solana is sexy, or everybody is talking about it. They are good in marketing. And for 2022, yes, it will work. Same for Matic, AVAX, but on the long run, Cardano, ADA. I think that is the total who's going to win the race maybe at the end of the day.
Yeah, the tortoise. So Solana might be the hare. Cardano definitely is taking their time, making sure when they do, and they every time they get a milestone, there's they've got real good good feedback behind that, and some really good. They think things through. Let's put it there. Let's not. I'm really bullish on Cardano. Let's leave it at that.
And look at the chart. We are so close from this golden zone.
Or an
From the
investment
all-time low to the all-time high. This is when you want to buy when it's boring. When it's really boring, no one is talking about Cardano. They are working on their project. And they are here from, I don't know, from how many years ago already now. And as I said, the more people adopting this concept, the faster the network is going to run.
And for those that don't know, Vitalik started with Ethereum, and who was the board of advisors that helped him? Charles Hodgkinson. And their main difference was that Charles wanted it to be we're running out of time. I'll get onto that. I'll give you guys a little bit of rundown what makes it, but just think of where Cardano came from. All right, Lee, that's it for today.
So which one? I want to know which one of our audience is gonna back which horse. I know you have your own favorite one, but I want to see Tezos, Solana, Matic, AVAX, or ADA on the chat. Please let me know
where
which
do you
one
want to back. Okay, let's quickly see. While we do that, let's say thank you for everybody. Please hit the like button, subscribe button. Help us, help the algorithm, help more people. So let's see. We've got Cardano, we've got AVAX, we've got Matic. So it's an array of people, but we want to thank each and every one of you guys. Lee, Bitcoin. We forgot about Bitcoin.
Oh, yes, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin, our big boy Bitcoin. Let's quickly look at Bitcoin, and then we're going to sign off. I'm bringing up your screen.
Okay. So Bitcoin, yesterday we looked at this, like I said, this 4-hour divergence, this bearish divergence. If you missed the show yesterday, you can go back and watch this one. So 4-hour bearish. Hold on, I'm just going to put hidden bearish, sorry. Hidden bearish divergence.
This is a continuation of the trend bearish, remember that.
Yeah. So here we had this hidden bearish divergence that we called yesterday on the show, and then we have this reaction to the downside. Now, if I have to go to a smaller time frame and see where we can possibly have another reaction up. So now if you dive to this 1-hour time frame, we're gonna get, or we're getting already here, a hidden bullish divergence. No, too fast.
Which is trying to support the current correction.
Yeah,
so
hidden bull.
Term, we're in a bull trend. Very short term now, 1 hour.
Bull trend. 1 hour, the bulls have the opportunity to fight back this small dip here. So now what's going to happen? The bears in this 1 hour time frame, the bears want to push this price lower. Ideally, they want to push this RSI lower than 30. We are 30.86. Ideally, they want to put lower than 30, and ideally for the bears, they want to push the price lower than 47K, around this area. So they can kill this hidden bullish divergence. Remember, this hidden bullish divergence is not the strongest one. It is a continuation of this bullish move, if that is the bullish move. But the main trend here is still bearish. So the bears have a possibility of winning this battle here. But if you want to trade this, this is a valid trade. It is a valid trade because you have this hidden bullish divergence. Now, if you want to go and play with the bulls right now, for this time being. Go play with the bulls, but you know where you're going to put your stop loss, right? Your stop loss is going to be exactly at 47K. Because if the price comes back at 47K, then there's no more this hidden bullish divergence. It means that this hidden bullish divergence analysis get invalidated by the bears. So you get out of this trade at 47. Okay. So
Right.
yeah. So let's see. Let's
Guys.
see if the bulls are gonna push the price higher on this 1 hour time frame, or the bears are gonna win the battle and have an go. RSI is gonna go to the extreme, less than 30 to this oversold area. And if they manage to kill that divergence, then you're gonna have to look for the strong bullish divergence in order to take position.
Awesome.
That was
Lee,
fair.
thanks a lot, buddy. Guys, this is the end of the stream. Thank you. I think it's time for us to bounce. Any last words? I think Lee said it all. Cheers, everybody.
Thank you. Bye. Who are the bears and why do they want to bring the price down? Udo?
What are you doing, my friend? You're interrupting my exit strategy here. Who's the bears and why do I want to bring the price down?
Yes.
Let's maybe do a stream on that tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Cheers.